Welcome to the start of a brand new Planet Coaster series on my channel. So yeah, this is the first episode and we will be focusing on building a modern visitor centre, which is more or less the entrance of the park. But before I get deep into that, I need to explain what I will be doing, as it's quite different to what you normally see happening in this game. So the name is Beartooth Hill Bikepark, and you know, it's not the most orthodox theme park name, and that's because it's not actually a theme park. And yeah, I do plan to build a couple of roller coasters, but the main focus will be on mountain biking. Effectively, I'll be building an area of natural beauty with multiple mountain bike trails running through. So in the next episode, I plan to build a cable car which would take mountain bikers to the top of the hill where they can then ride down from there. And I'm hoping this series will be quite interactive, as I would love to see suggestions for absolutely everything. So whether it's a type of roller coaster you'd like to see, or even a bike trail, a feature of a bike trail, yeah, just let me know your ideas in the comments below. And I think I need to explain the combination of mountain biking and roller coasters. It's just not really something that's typically seen. But yeah, a mountain biking YouTube channel called BCPOV inspired me to do this. One of the videos that appeared in my suggested, and I thought it looked pretty interesting, so I just watched it. And yeah, I'll leave a link to the video that I watched in the description below. I highly recommend checking it out because it'll give you a good insight on what's going to be going on in this series. So the video was about a bike park in California which is called Skypark, and this opened 6 weeks before the first ever Disneyland. Interestingly, this used to be a small adventure park which was themed to Christmas. But then it had new ownership which added lots of bike trails as well. So currently at Skypark there's a few small rides but no roller coasters, but I was wondering what if this place did have roller coasters, and that's really the inspiration for all of this. So I hope you've got a better idea of what's going to be going on. You can see that all the landscaping here is completely custom. I've done a lot of this off camera, it took quite a while, but I was just wanting to set the scene so that I had a good area to build in. But yeah, I wanted this park to have a sense of realism, and that's why there's a road that passes between two hills at the front of the park. You may not be able to see it that clearly, but as we go on in the series you should definitely get some glimpses of it. But yeah, I used the Machina Classica truck ride to do that, so you can actually see the cars driving between it, but that's just the truck ride which has then been sunk into the terrain, which I made to look like a road, but obviously it wouldn't be like a real road. Guests wouldn't be able to take that very easily to get to the park. And yeah, that's going to be a trend for a lot of the series as well, to be honest. I don't think very much is going to be operational at all, probably. And obviously bikes are not a thing in this game. I mean, there's a motorbike coaster, but that really wouldn't be realistic if I tried to turn that into a mountain bike trail. So I will use the terrain tool quite a lot, and probably like wooden planks to build ramps to make like natural features, but a lot of this is going to be cosmetic, so it's not actually going to work. But I think it can still look really good. I've decided not to spawn guests in this park, and that's because I couldn't really think of an easy place to put it, because you do have to have like a spawn point, and it's not realistic at all to just have guests teleport out of nowhere, so you got to have it somewhere that's covered, and I couldn't really find a good enough place to do that. But yeah, I don't really think guests are that important, because you know, like, they're not going to be able to do what the park's built for in the first place, so I don't think it's a massive issue really. I've seen quite a lot of people try to do ski resorts in this game. For example, Silver Rep, I think he's in the middle of building a ski resort. He's in the middle of a ski resort series at the moment, but I've never seen anyone do a bike park, so that's sort of what made me want to do this. It's just something unique. It's not like a standard theme park series, because there's plenty of them, and I don't really think people would watch the channel if it's just a normal old random, like just a simple theme park. So doing something different is going to give people a bigger incentive to watch this series in particular, I guess. So yeah, I hope everyone now understands what's going to be happening in this series, but now I think I need to tell you what's really happening in the time lapse, because quite a lot has happened so far, and yeah, I've not really talked about it. So we have been doing this visitor centre quite a bit now in this video, and yeah, you saw me doing the rotation technique to build it, and I think once you know how to do it, that's a really good technique to make your buildings look advanced. You do have to go back quite a bit to do it. You might have seen it in the time lapse, maybe I cut it out, I'm not sure, but you do build it and rotate it and see how it looks, and if it doesn't look too great, then you can go back and change it. So yeah, it's a bit of trial and error, but eventually you can get it to look good, and I think that building looks good. It was going for like a modern alpine feel, so that's what I've gone for, and I think it looks good. So for the next couple of minutes on your screens, you'll be seeing me build the interior for this visitor centre. So obviously there's got to be some facilities, like it's a useful building, there's different things that are going to help the public. So obviously if they need the loo, they can go to the loo, so there's some toilets in here, and we will also build like a map stand, which you'll see later on. And yeah, then there's a desk, which is like an information desk, but it's also where you can get like your ride passes. So this park, in my view, it would be free entry, and then you can pay extra if you want to use the cable car lift to take your bike to the top of the hill. Of course, there'll be a track up to the top, so you can cycle up yourself if you want, but you know, it's a lot of effort, so quite a lot of people will just want to take the cable car. And obviously there would be some kind of bundle, so if you are getting the cable car, then you'll also have the option to go on the roller coasters, so that'll so the roller coasters and that will go together in a ticket. So you can just see me here building the desk, and yeah, it was actually built out of windows. I think the windows have some really nice textures if you turn them around and look at the back of them, so it's got some like different patterns and some detail to it, and it's only one piece, so if you want to keep your piece count down, I really recommend using windows, because I've made like a really good front desk, and there's not many pieces at all, so usually if you have tons of pieces it can make your park lag more, so I try and cut down on the pieces as much as possible. But yeah, we're just doing some flooring here. It was quite difficult to get this in right, because some of them clip through each other and it's a bit glitchy, but I think that's just a fault with the game really, there's not much more you can do about it. But yeah, just trying to decorate it more, putting some wooden planks in. I think it's quite important to do this because there's some sort of, the borders between the floor and the wall, they don't look too good if it's just a gap, so you know, like a skirting board is that kind of thing. And then yeah, the sign, lift and ride passes, only $15, and yeah, I think that's a decent price. How much would you pay for a lift pass? I don't know, for one, boxes, yeah, boxes are always good to decorate stuff. Then I used this cash register, which was from Geekism on the Theme Maker's Toolkit. So yeah, again, more wooden planks. To be honest, the wooden plank is probably my favourite piece in this whole game. You know, they're so useful, you can use them for so many things. You saw me at the start of this video, I built the whole roof out of wooden planks, and you know, you can change the colours so you can use them for many different things. And in an older series on my channel, Pot of Asgard, I use wooden planks a lot to decorate my buildings, and I think it's really effective. So if you want to make your buildings look better, I would definitely recommend using the wooden planks. You can just dash them around wherever you think looks necessary, and it looks pretty good. Now you can see just a little area for a park map, and yeah, this would be like a big sign where people can look and plan where they're going to cycle for the day or something. I think I will have a stand which has, you know, personal maps in, so people can go and grab out their own maps, but I don't do that yet. Also, you can see that it's just a black screen, so you know, when I've got towards the end of this series, I think I'll take a screenshot of it and maybe like paint over it the different bike trails or something. put that photo into the billboard to make a park map. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I think it'll look good if I do. And yeah, this is the roofing. I was hoping that I could have the glass coming through from the bottom as well, but it was quite difficult to do because the roof is obviously coming through a lot as well. So yeah, it was just easiest to have these wooden planks, and it's a bit annoying because at times they do glitch, like there's different levels of them which almost combine together, so the game doesn't know which ones to render. So that's the reason for the continuous glitching of it. I think that's probably the best explanation for it. You probably can't really see that very well in the time lapse, but yeah, that's what was going on, and that's the issue that I had there. Now here you can see me building a big track going to the top of the hill, and this area will be a bit of a clearing because this will be a very forested area. So I think the building looks nice, but I think it'll look a lot better when there's lots of trees around it. You can see some trees going in here for the shrubbery, but that little track up there you did see, so that's the free way to get to the top of the hill, and there'll also be a cable car going above it. But yeah, now we're on to something different. I did want to make a big grand entrance to the park, so you can see me using a billboard and then using art shapes to recreate the letters. However, I didn't, the art shapes are actually too big, surprisingly, so I had to use the beams from the Theme Maker's Toolkit, so these are like the smallest possible pieces in the game, I think. But yeah, just use these to recreate the letters. I was originally going to go for a black colour, as you can see, that's the colour it is in the logo, but I decided to go for white in the end because I thought that the black would almost camouflage, because there's a lot of browns in there, so I thought the white would stand out better. And then yeah, just moving on to the font above it, you can just see again, this is quite a lot of repetitive building. You do duplicate a lot of it. You can see how I get the spine for the letter, the vertical line at the side of the B, and then I can duplicate that onto the E, the R, the T. So in the end it wasn't too bad doing that, but the font here, there is actually like a little outline of it, and I was trying to recreate that, but it was quite difficult to do, and it would have taken a lot longer if I did it completely. So in the end I did give up on that, but a little bit later on you'll just see me put some black art shapes to like outline the whole word instead of the individual letters. So yeah, you can just see that happening here, but you can see how the sign's coming together quite nicely. And yeah, it's just recreating that font, so it's got a logo, it gives the park its own image. But yeah, above those words then there is this mountain, just the outline of a mountain, and obviously with it being mountain bike, it's pretty relevant. So it's just like Disneyland, how they've got the Mickey ears as their logo, and I guess this particular shape of ridge would be the emblem for Beartooth Hill Bikepark. But yeah, we are approaching the end of the video now. You can just see me putting some last touches on this and then adding it to the entrance building, and in my opinion I'm quite happy with what's happened so far. So yeah, I hope this has brought some new viewers to the channel with the start of a brand new series. So if you have enjoyed the video, then subscribe, and yeah, of course remember to like, leave comments, suggestions, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.